Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today, this is it. Today, this is the season finale of Severance. This is season 1, episode 9, of course. We thought maybe the previous episode might be the big one, and then this might be set up for the next season. That didn't seem to be the case, so let's see how it goes. You unfortunate folks had to wait like 2 years in between seasons, but we don't have to, so we'll be seeing what happens shortly.
Oh, don't worry. We're catching up to that train real quick where we got to wait a while.
Okay, I just came down the elevator. I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to watch what happens here, especially when they're on overtime.
That was one of the best cliffhangers I've seen in a long time. Let's get to it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they're going to wrap up season 1 here. I know a lot of you said, hey, just wait. We're here. Let's go!
Right back, starting with Lemmy again.
Oh, you see it flicker out?
Yeah.
Here it is!
Oh, he's going to freak out.
Maybe you should talk to your sister. It's an important decision.
My sister.
Yes.
She doesn't know.
Play it cool.
Yeah. You sure you're okay?
They got a little woozy. Can I?
Blame it on the booze.
I think it's the other way.
Oh, yeah, he wouldn't know.
He wouldn't know.
At his house.
Play it cool.
Yeah, I like this music. It's what I'm thinking.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you wouldn't guess that's the kind of music he listens to by the type of character his.
He's going to remember this.
It's aggressive.
This is going to be great.
Painting.
That's the other half of his place.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Senators or congressmen more. How many of those have you had?
Whoa!
We need you nimble. We got to get down there. You're on in
Really?
20. I was on with the board earlier. They're really grateful for this.
Remember the
Lord.
blue carpet event that they're rolling out?
Yep. This is it.
Gabby, this is Helena Egan.
Egan.
Gosh, Helena.
So did they put? They decided to use somebody high up and test them.
She's an Egan.
Yeah. Well, hey, if we're somebody who's high up in the company, hey, we're fine doing severance with one of our own.
Because
Or severed. We're a good severing one of our tops.
so I have written down Riggs as her last name.
Well, maybe that's why they wanted to cover up the fact that the innie tried.
Oh, and that's why the Audi was so like, no, you're fine. You're going to stay. You're doing good.
Yes, because the Audi is high up with the company.
Gonna find out her best friend is Murtaugh.
Dude.
Wow, how
2
much
minutes in.
deeper did we just get? 2 minutes.
It's the finale. We got to go big.
I'm just weird that like Mark isn't questioning that.
But dude, how long
that
is he
harmony
able to
is
hold
there.
on? Yeah, I know.
He played it cool.
Played that off pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be a
He doesn't know
situation.
who his sister is.
No.
No, fuck. He's got to find. He's got to hopefully
Pictures.
see pictures. Yeah.
He's got to see pictures.
The book.
And the
So
book.
hopefully-
Yeah.
Fuck, he'll know
Helly,
Rick.
what happens if Helly? What if he can hang on for a while and Helly's got? Oh, hey, you're on. You got to give a good speech now. They said she's on in 20. That's an extended period of time.
There's
Yeah, how
he's
long
gonna
is-
sit there like this.
How long is Dylan gonna be able to do it?
Imagine he's got another 60 seconds, if that.
Well, she could start with some jokes, you know. I just flew in and boy, are my arms tired.
Oh, yeah, that would be yours.
Dude, the sweat, and you get an itchy nose.
Like I thought he would be using as. Oh, I.
Should have had Irving do it. He's got that reach.
This better be working, assholes.
There's Rickon.
Or see a picture of your wife.
Well, I mean, Rickon's face was just on the wall there in that painting.
Mark, you okay, lady?
Is this like...
So Rebecca smells weird.
Rebecca, Smells weird.
Yeah, and she was making chewing noises, but she was not chewing. Just be prepared, because you might have to share a book with her.
The book, right?
Mm-hmm. The one you forgot to bring, even though I did remind you.
Right. Yeah, sure. Sorry.
Oh, he's probably thinking it's his.
How's our baby?
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume you mean that in the it takes a village sense, and she's good. I want to have the life change talk. I just need a pump before I die. I'll be really fast.
No, missed opportunity.
Thought he wanted to. He's got a.
Heart. She's gonna be right here. Mom.
See, then right there was another photo of Rick.
Yeah.
Oh, I love how they're giving the point of view.
Oh,
my
those
God.
eyes.
Well, it's got to be amazing for the innie
Yeah.
to pet a puppy.
Oh, hey guys, what's up?
We were just discussing whether it might have been a wiser move for your sister to put off introducing the child until after tonight's event.
That's my sister with the baby?
Exactly. It's his sister.
They took it the other way.
Oh, well, at least he got some information.
Yep.
Well, that was awkward. Yeah.
I've been asked to share my book with you.
Rebecca.
Rebecca, I have small eyes, so I have to read pretty close.
Okay, well, I'm sure that'll be fine. If
Never
you'll
heard that
excuse me.
And I have some sores on the back of my head from my bird.
What?
I pumped, so it's Miller time. Okay, so life change. What's happening?
Please tell her.
This is gonna sound weird. We're close, you and I.
What's going on?
I just have to.
My dearest ones, we are nearing that hour, so you all peacefully walk.
Okay, let's talk at the first reflection break, okay?
Shut up, Rickon. Ah!
We don't have time for the reflection break.
I don't know how Irv is going to take this.
So I think what's happening here is their innies are going to take. Oh, that's interesting. They're going to take in a lot of information, but not be able to.
Oh, look at that.
Get out their information.
God, these shots are amazing.
You realize how much kids are going to change your life. They do.
Oh, here we go. This is.
How many kids do you have?
What do you got
Just
going on
gave
here,
birth to
Helly?
my third. I should have stopped that too.
Hey, there
Hey.
you
Yeah,
are.
that's yep, from the birthing
Is my
place.
husband, Angelo Arteta.
Helena, nice to meet you. You okay?
She couldn't find the bottle. I mean, the idea that people would want to outlaw Severance.
I know.
There it is. People want to outlaw it. So her main,
look at that.
Her main body never knew that she had to go through childbirth. Didn't have to experience it. It was just.
I already knew how I'd be voting. I think, well, seeing that and seeing you and hearing what you have to say, all of this could really make a difference.
Is her severed innie going to have a chance to speak?
Let's change some minds. And please, thank your father if you see him.
Well, my company wouldn't do this if I didn't trust it with my own daughter.
Yep. Thank your father if you see him.
So does a seat. Will that be nice?
Yeah, you know that book.
You can't unring the bell. Ringing app. Apparently. Before we start, there is one person that I would like to thank first and foremost. Family is both my bedrock and my inspiration. So I dedicate the reading to my firstborn daughter who is here tonight. Eleanor, I love you.
My brother-in-law.
Wolfgang Mozart killed another boy by slamming his head in a piano. Don't worry. My research for this book has proven the claim untrue.
Can I look at her
Her
book?
to as me
I can crane.
can hold over.
I can crane.
What indeed is you? How can you mean different things to millions of readers around a vast earth?
Oh!
They're being showcased.
Yeah, see Dylan back there? Yep. They are the product.
Oh, dude, this isn't lasting long. I mean, it's lasted longer than I thought.
Yeah.
What's this reveal going to be?
U.S. Navy.
Navy.
Dad.
Oh, it's his dad's military stuff.
Yep.
All creatures, from the leaping cat to the cowering shrew, think of themselves as you, a logical center for the universe. Yet the cat eats the shrew, and we, like Schrodinger, live on to wonder what it means.
It's like he's meeting his hero.
Let's all take a 7-minute reflection break.
Oh, okay.
And then come back.
7 minutes.
Prepare the neti pot.
It's transformative. It's to have a little something in its throat.
Give me a couple minutes and meet me in the baby room.
Okay.
Oh, he's not going to know where the baby room is.
Mr. Hale, Rickon.
You sound like a sad old hamburger waiter prattling on about sauces. You hamburger waiter, what the fuck is that? Jesus, why do I ever open my buffoon mouth?
It's going great. I mean, the book is brilliant.
Okay, Mark, thank you. You don't have to say that. I'm well aware of how I come across to you.
This book changed my whole life. Are we friends?
I know I sometimes make you feel less than for having had the procedure, and I regret that. You had to deal with Gemma's passing in the way that was best for you. I was scrolling through old pictures this morning, and I found one of the 4 of us on the crest hike. You remember the funny bees?
Does he have his
that on
phone?
you? Picture.
Sure, I should.
He's gonna see it's Miss Casey.
No! You get out of here!
The neti
Mark, I need to
pot.
flush my sinuses.
Fuck your sinuses.
There's no way they just did that to us.
Genius, though.
Smart, because he even said before he went out there, get the neti pot ready.
I'm just going to check on my sister.
There you go, Mark.
When you hugged me before, you suddenly became tense. What was that?
Don't waste your time,
I
man.
didn't know I did. Sorry, it's just parties.
There you go.
Did you mean what you said before about your plans?
Of course.
Tell me more.
No.
In a minute. I'll be right back.
Talk to my sister first.
You know, I'm so sorry. I'm on uncle duty for my sister, so I'll be right back. Okay?
Yeah,
She
Thanks, Miss
knows.
Cabell.
Oh!
There it is.
Wrong name.
Oh, shit!
Oh!
Oh, how they managed to get those pictures of her smiling down there. They're few and far between. Oh my
At
God.
Lumon, we can make your employees happy.
Whether they are or
Yeah.
aren't.
Just all the pictures of her smiling. She's like, this is all bullshit.
I love these
I can't fucking.
transitions.
Hey, I really need to talk to you.
No,
Please
I know.
talk.
I just have to deal with her. She's having a meltdown.
Wait. Okay.
Is he gonna find?
You know Harmony's coming in.
Oh, thank God, Mrs. Selvig. Hi, can you take her for a quick sec while I talk to Mark? Mark, all
let's
right?
drop.
That's the last person you want holding your kid.
I'm waiting for her to be like quiet kid or something.
I don't think she's that devious.
I'm all yours.
Well, in that sense.
I'm not who you think I am.
God. These cuts are, I mean, I get it. They're brilliant. They're awesome. But come on.
So one of the things you learn growing up as an Egan is that the workers are our family. And I remember being confused about that as a kid because I thought that meant I had a few 100,000 literal brothers and sisters scattered around the world. My dad used to make me recite the 9 core principles before bed every night, which I can't say I always did happily. Sorry, Dad. But those are not the values that I share with everyone who works at Lumon. And I would never.
There it is.
Do anything I would
I was not willing to do myself.
Willing or excited.
My dad would love for me to sit here and say that I'm taking this job out of loyalty. But I took a separate job because it sounds freaking awesome. I think it brings us together.
What kind of joke is that?
United in Severance.
Just think of all the companies they could sell that to.
She have the baby with her?
Greetings. I'm not here right
God
now.
damn it, milkshake!
Oh,
Where's the
she's
baby?
I'm sure she left it.
Injury. That was so quick. I saw injury.
Irving.
Bert?
He's his
Is it Bert?
his outie is
Bert Guzman.
questioning. Yeah.
He's got the address.
Oh, he wants to try to go meet up with Bert.
Bert Goodman.
I was already on there.
Yeah, his Audi knew stuff was up. This is so wild. She did not expect this.
Such a shock to the system. Seeing what your Audi does and says and...
She's in here, sir.
Helena. Dear old daddy.
Are you still in pain? Not anymore.
In pain.
Well, remember
the
incident?
I cried in my bed when they told me what she tried to do to you.
He knows.
Thank you for going through with it. The grandfather would cherish what you've done. You will sit with me at my revolving. You'll be all right for the speech. Do you remember when I brought home the first chip to show you? The prototype. It had the blue and green lights back then. I remember you said to me, "It's so pretty, Daddy. Everybody in the whole world should get one."
That's the plan.
They will. Because of you.
Not if the innie has a chance to do this.
Mr. Egan, Helena, it's time to head to stage.
Oh, fuck's sake. I can't handle it.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Everything's going to work out.
Hey, bravo to Dylan. I thought he was going to drop a switch like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Forgive me for the harm I have caused this world, and only in me shall there stay live on.
Dude, this is not good. Is she gonna... Dude, is she gonna off herself as the Audi?
I mean, she's trying. Well, the one time was to get a message to her Audi.
Either that or she's going to let it rip on stage.
Oh, man, there's no way our dude can...
Oh, no, he's going to be in a car.
Yeah, what do I drive, though?
And they're old enough cars where you can't... Deep, deep.
Well, GM. Or it could be the first one you try.
Well, it makes sense you'd park in front of
Right
your
in
house.
front of your place, yeah. It's a separate key.
Yeah. You know, the same key will work in a lot of different cars to get it open. It's a tip.
Yeah, that's a very interesting thing. Would the innies know how to drive?
Well, I want to think they keep some carryover.
Yeah,
for skills.
whatever sort of skills you
Well,
have.
It may
I don't
not,
know. That's a...
well, as in skills is like have some awareness, probably not be the greatest at.
Yeah, well, because what's her name said she was like only, 107 hours old?
Yes.
That's
wife?
Casey.
It's Casey.
This is so insane.
They need to send people down to check every inch of that place, like inspectors or whatever. Is that a thing, inspectors?
Yeah, they're inspectors. Mark has, out here, you have been trying to figure out what Lumon does, what you do.
I just want to know why.
Oh,
Why he put me in there.
He lost his wife.
Show him the picture.
Show the picture.
And at first, you try to keep teaching, a professor of history. You try to go back to teaching 3 weeks after she died. It was a disaster, which is why I guess you thought a severed job would... He hoped you'd be spared from the pain.
It's a nice name, Gemma.
Ask for a picture. Ask for a picture.
We were all really close. She was wonderful.
God!
Oh, the old Chevy Nova.
This is a good, very good season finale with what they're doing with us.
The Chevy won't go. Oh, there she is.
They told me not to talk to you.
The goddamn OTC's been triggered. Mark S is a fucking idiot.
What? That's not possible.
Dylan, they've been plotting this all along.
Helly's at the gala.
I'll take care of Helly. I'll fix it like I fix everything. Get to the security office and shut it off now. Shit.
That's right.
That's what you get for doing the OT protocol on
Look at
Dylan.
that Terminator run.
Yep.
It's T-1000 running down the hallways.
Oh, dude, he almost could have. Did you see him step on that wall?
Yeah.
Could have been
Yeah.
like a little bit of an ankle there.
Damn it. Dylan! Dylan!
No, we're so close.
Fuck you, Mr. Milchip!
Rickon knows a lot of high-end journalists in New York.
And you think that's better than the police?
Well, Lumon has their hands in so many pies. Sorry, do you understand metaphor?
Yeah, hands and pies, I get it.
I think we have to be really careful
Yeah,
about who we talk to.
Okay.
How much time do you have?
I don't know, maybe an hour? Jesus, I totally forgot. Cobell. Why is Cobell here?
What?
She doesn't know who Cabell is.
My boss from Lumon, Ms. Cobell, she's at this party.
And she works at Lumon?
Yeah, she's my boss.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Holy fucking
that
show.
right there is grounds for just so much.
This has got to end on a massive cliffhanger.
They're not going to do this
Massive
to
cliffhanger.
season 2. No fucking way.
Oh, yeah.
Not a whole season.
Dylan's going to be holding on and it's going to fade to black just for you.
Come on. You are the refiner of the quarter.
Mrs. Selvig, she has Eleanor.
Oh, shit.
I thought she would have left Eleanor.
What is going on?
Nick,
She left? With Eleanor?
This is so fucking intense.
He made it? Figured he was driving like Oak. He wasn't going to make it.
I drive the speed limit. I don't speed.
hey, you leave Pawpaw alone.
Wow. That's a great brag. I drive the speed limit.
There's stuff you don't even know about. There's paintball.
That's a shitty knife he's got there. That's why you get a knife that's got some sort of serration on it.
You have 2 others. Just open the door and I'll tell you their names. Come on, Dylan.
Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait, Dylan.
Them glasses are going to fall off his face.
When does season 2 out?
Yes.
It came out in January, February.
That's why I said we didn't have to wait.
Yeah, it's out and I think it's
I didn't
already
know if
done.
it was like coming
Yeah,
out
it's done.
soonish.
My wife,
Oh, she doesn't
my
got
wife
security
bitched.
clearance.
We'll start in 2 minutes. Thanks. Good luck.
2
Oh,
minutes.
fuck me.
This thing will be over in 30 seconds.
Use the line about how you see your innie as your sister. They'll love that.
Oh, I'll put that down because I'll end up chucking it.
But he's not going to know shit.
Well, yeah, Bert won't. No.
Who's that? Is that somebody we should recognize?
That's probably his partner.
Yeah, his partner.
Well, no, I know that, you guys, but the character, should we recognize that character as somebody we've
This
seen
is our
before?
first introduction.
No, it's the first time we've seen him.
Have all these rooms been checked?
Oh, he's going to see a picture of...
Oh, okay. What a dick, though, leaving the baby like that.
Devin, she's here. I found her. I found your child.
Well, it was Mark, but...
I'm the one who found her.
Lot better than Judith was sitting in that thing.
Well,
There it is. There's the picture. There's the picture.
Dylan. Hold it. Dylan. Hold it.
Hold the door. Hold door.
I'm here tonight to tell you that we are on the verge of a revolution.
It's you, isn't it? I'm gonna kill your company. Your company? Who the hell do you think you are? No. Your friends are gonna suffer. Mark will suffer. You're on.
Decided that we could do better.
Ooh, that look back.
Shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest.
He sees it.
Helena Egan.
Now he knows.
Ah!
Boom.
Oh, no, he's going to get to the door. And Dylan's going to...
This was Smile. He'd get hit by a car.
Yeah.
I'm an innie,
I'm an innie.
and everything they told you about Severance is a lie.
Oh, she's getting it out.
We're not happy. We're miserable.
No.
We're prisoners! She's alive!
Oh, he got it out.
He got it out.
He got it out.
Oh,
what a cliffhanger. What a cliffhanger. Huh.
That was fun.
That was
fun.
That was a good one.
That was fun. Hate it if we had to wait it on. Oh.
All you poor folks that had to wait.
I'm spent. I don't know about you guys. I'm spent.
I have to wait. Be careful what you say. Aren't they coming out with a season 3?
Well, that's what I mean. We will have to wait.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait again.
Well, but by then it'll be okay. We'll be ready for it by then.
Did you just watch what I watched?
You can just
Nothing
sever.
is okay.
You can just sever yourself. You'll be fine, and it'll go by like that. You won't even notice.
Holy shit!
What a fantastic finale.
You give Ben Stiller his flowers for directing that masterpiece.
Well, that's what I was gonna get at. Like, look, I mean, full disclosure, had it not been for the channel, I wouldn't have made it this far into the series. I would have pulled the plug way earlier. I had my issues with the series. Yeah, right. But no, and the thing I had, and here's the serious point that I will make. Look, we watch a lot of shows on this channel and a lot of shows where we don't know what's going on. They give us a lot of breadcrumbs. I'll use the example of Alice in Borderland. We didn't know what was going on there till like the last 45 seconds of the season, or the season finale of that.
They did a lot of falsies though.
Yeah, they did. And that was a show that really had me intrigued the whole way through. This one, again, in my personal opinion, I will say this episode for me saved the series. Had this episode not been as good as it was, my score might be a little bit different. That being said, I think it was the episode previous to this one that would have been number 7, maybe.
Well, this is number 9.
Okay, so this is 9, yeah. So then it would have been 7, where things really kind of kicked into high gear. We expected some big things out of 8, didn't really get it, and then in this one they positively delivered. So an absolutely amazing series or season finale. I always get those two mixed up. An amazing season finale, really good. With the tension of the going back and forth. How long is Dylan gonna hold the door for? A little shout out to Game of Thrones, if you know. But I did love the tension all the way through. How much information are they gonna find out? We want our characters to figure out everything that's going on, and this last episode really delivered. And from an albeit very slow burn for me for the first part of the series, a bit slow. I thought at times it was, again, to me, it felt like it was just kind of being a little weird and out there just to be weird and out there. Some things didn't maybe really go anywhere, and I would have liked a little bit more information like we've had in some previous shows. Again, all that being said, I've said it before where a season finale can make or break a series, and we've seen it before with shows we've done on this channel. And this one, it made it. So kudos to everybody involved. They did an amazing job. The final episode was outstanding. Loved it. A lot of fun. Can't wait for 2x1.
Yeah, as we saw, Ben Stiller directed this one, and he did an amazing job with building the tension all throughout the episode, with it going back and forth, giving us like so many falsies. Like, how we watch a good wrestling match, and if it's done right, the falsies are done properly, it makes the match even that much better, and that much gets more of the crowd involved.
For those who might know, think of a falsie like the ending of Alice in Borderland, where you had all the misdirections of what you thought was going on, and that wasn't what was going on.
Like we thought, like Rickon was going to get him a picture, and then we got to take you away we got that
the neti pot,
or just any little thing in there that they were doing that just kept on, like, possibly if you watch the whole reaction, it drove me nuts all the way through, because I just, you just want the answer sometimes, you really do, but they did a great job of just picking their spots here and there, giving us a little more of Mark with Devin, and then with Rickon, and then him slipping up and calling Selvig Koble, and just that
great.
Us finding out that Helly, her outie, is like the daughter of the and she's an Egan.
Prince Keir.
So why would she do it? Well, she would test it out herself. That way she could get everybody on it. We then saw the wife again that had the 3 kids that didn't recognize Devin. Well, we found out they want to do it to every single person on the planet, let's just say. They just want to do it to everybody, because then everybody can have this severance. And like, for her to finally get to the end and like get tackled all after she's saying the innies are getting treated like crap, and then even Koble like trying to like strong armor saying, hey, if you do that, they're all going to be in pain. And then finally the epic showing of Miss Casey to Mark to know that his wife is alive. The whole reason he went into Severance was because he was trying to escape that, and now he finds out she is alive. And I love the perfect timing that right as they get switched off, he's yelling, she's alive. So now you have to go back through the next episode where they're like, we were just talking to your innie. He said she's alive, and he's going to see he's holding that photo.
Yep.
And there's got to be some way, shape, or form. They're obviously going to put the 2 and 2 together. So what a great season finale to leave you on pins and needles for the second season. I cannot wait to get into it. Your turn, Oak.
I don't think I've ever seen a show have as steep of a climb as far as the drama, the intensity, everything else as this show. The first 2 episodes were, I'll mirror Mason Quinn's sentiment. They were pretty rough for me. And then my overactive Oak brain really started hypothesizing, and I think right around episode 3. And I started to get pretty hooked. But the first 2, I think I may have done the same thing after the first 2 and kind of said, hey, this isn't really for me. And what an incredible shame that would have been.
Shame.
Because I know, I'll take it. I deserve it. Because wow, what a payoff as far as the end of this season. And one of the things that we've talked about a handful of times on this channel. And guys, is this off a book or something, or is this just a written show?
A written show. I could be wrong.
So one of the things that even if it is adapted from a book, the fact that they took the book and made it into a show is worth noting. But Diamond Dave's going to look that up. We talk about fairly often enough. It's not based on a book.
There is a novel, but it's separate
original creation.
Okay, so we talk how many times on this channel, and even outside this channel, we'll BS with each other. Like, man, can we get something new? Can we get a new plot, a new story, a new something? This for me is even just an idea that I've never even
credit
Dan Erickson.
Dan Erickson. I've never even considered this before, right? So you see new stories, even if they're new. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Like a new story, like let's say a new rom-com. Well, this person falls in love and this happens and there's this twist and turn. Or a new action movie, like this person has to save people from this situation. It's like, okay, it's kind of an amalgamation of other things that have been done before. This, for me, is a completely new topic, something I'd never even considered. Obviously, in the world where it's happening, it's highly, highly controversial because they're talking about, can you believe people want this outlawed?
Yeah.
And I don't know when the last time a show made me think this much. And of course, we've had discussions. We try to keep these wrap-ups to 15, 20 minutes long. We tend to go a little bit long on Severance just because it's a show that deserves more in-depth discussion than some of the other things that we may watch. But you could talk about this for hours and hours and hours. And we've stayed away from spoilers and everything like that. And I really don't want to get too much into anything on the internet until after we're done with season 2. But there is 1,000% chance after season 2, I am going into the Severance rabbit hole, which I'm guessing on YouTube is expansive. But again, what an incredible season finale. I'm so glad, the cliffhangers make it fun. Of course, we throw our headphones off. Oh, come on. But they make it exciting. And, we talk about, is the penultimate episode going to be the big one? And then they tie things up. Well, they certainly didn't tie things up. It's as good of a lead into season 2 as you could ever hope for. But they gave you so much this episode, but at the same time, just teed up the second season. So I loved the way they teased Dylan holding onto those buttons. Because originally it was like, okay, I thought the box was going to be something that was going to help.
So did I.
And then it was like, okay. And then I also questioned, like, are they going to have to hit it at the same time? But no, it was just the switches had to be engaged at the same time, not necessarily, started at the exact same time. But he was stretched out. So it was like, how much are they going to get out? And I thought, if you would have asked me halfway through, I thought it was going to, it was going to shut off before they had a chance to say anything. And I thought we were going to go back down to season 2 was going to start with the innies, like now knowing what's going on. That's what I thought was going to happen. Now, we may still have that with season 2 where they try to, sweep some stuff under the rug for what happened here. But what an incredible episode. The pacing of it was great. The cliffhangers, as you guys talked about, the way they would give you a scene and then pull it back. No.
To somebody else.
No, and keep pulling back. It was so incredible. The cliffhanger with or not cliffhanger, but the ending with Helly telling everybody, you wonder, because the people that are there, they're at that company.
Yeah, they're kind of on board anyway.
They're supporters. They're on board.
Unless
right?
it's televised.
So is that going to change things?
It was streaming.
Yeah.
Revolution.
And the thing that I'm really worried about is Miss Coble.
Well, Selvig, Harmony.
Yeah, exactly.
Coble. Yeah.
Is Harmony going to go back to, because she knows who Mark's family is now, is she going to go back to him and say, like, don't say anything, otherwise, any Mark is going to be tortured? I mean, because that was a threat. Like they're going to suffer in pain, and it's like, holy, like what a.
Well, they have to physically get Mark back there for it to, for them to do anything.
Yeah, but if they tell Mark, like, look, your innie is going to be tortured on it. Well, no, because
his body still has to be
Mark,
there.
so he wouldn't have to go back.
All he has to do is not go to Lumon. That's all.
That's all.
Okay, but what about? So he wouldn't have to go back. And Irving wouldn't necessarily have to go back, but are they going to be able to find Dylan?
Yeah, well, and they would have to be able to remind themselves
to save
of what
him.
happened.
And then, of course, letting us know who Helly is, that she's the daughter, and they had. Now it makes sense, of course, why like the outie was like, no, you stay down there, and threatened her the way she did, is because like. Pull the whole we wouldn't have anybody do anything that we wouldn't do ourselves. And then when you learn about how big the scope of the company is, that's what, look, you can tell by the building that it's a big company, but what did she say? 300,000 family members? It was something like that.
Yeah, that's
like hundreds of thousands of workers for this company. So again, look, for me, this is one where it's like, I almost feel like I have, and this is going to be unique for the Oak. I feel like I have so much to say that it's almost try to condense it because to try to dive into it. Look, we've taken pretty deep dives into the morality of the idea of a severed, whether you'd want it, the ability to like always have never have work responsibilities, never anything like that, But on the flip side of it, like, hey, I like my work friends. The big argument I'll make is if you suffered something tragic in your life and you didn't, work can be a good distraction for a lot of people. I know I've been through some rough times. You go to work, you don't want to be there because you're struggling. You get to your work friends, you go through your daily thing, and then when you're done, then you got to go home with your thoughts and all your problems. So, work could be a good thing for people. But look, we learned without a shadow of doubt, Lumon is a super sketchy company, willing to do some nasty stuff. They've got money everywhere.
Hansen
Cobell threatened to torture people. It's pretty bad, but wow, kudos to everybody involved, the writing, the acting, the set design created such an impact as far as emotion and setting up a feeling for the show, just being inanimate objects. So all the way around, this was, again, the way this season ended, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'm going to go right in my score. So 4-6. 4-6 is what I'm giving the first season, only because, again, I was very intrigued with the first 2 episodes. But, the first episode, for at least, I'll just speak for me, probably could have had 1 or 2 more things added, but I'm not here to talk about the first episode. So 4-6, still pretty high. Loved what they did here in this final episode. I know some folks probably don't like the. Some folks, I bet, would consider this drawn out. I don't. I'm not one of those folks. But if somebody did have that, I'd probably be like, well, that's fair. But that's probably because by this point in time, they weren't super duper invested, which is fair. Because a la Mason Quinn, you know, he took a ride, right, folks? But here in this episode, I thought it was fantastic with what the cast and crew did. The editor, phenomenal job. The music, the score that you guys picked helped every bit in here. Irving, John, right? John's his name?
Irving.
No, well, his real
Oh,
name.
John Turturro. Turturro. However you say his last name, you know, I'm close.
Well, John, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, he didn't say anything until the final scene of Bert.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Really didn't say anything, if I remember correctly here. Britt Lower, phenomenal job of. Well, I'm not going to single them all out. All the actors did fantastic in here. I love the cinematography of what the DP did for the colors and how everything was shot in here. Ben Stiller did a phenomenal job of directing everyone. The writer, phenomenal job writing this. I can't imagine what trying to write this world is like, but you did it, nailed it on this first season. I'm really intrigued now, since Mark. I felt like a fan back in the stands of, you know, finally of something where you got to figure it all out, Mark. You got to figure it all out. This whole episode was fun because I was super invested in all their journeys. I'm glad Mark, before Dylan got tackled, said she's alive. Yep. Like, that's super huge. Yep. Assuming Devin really took it in, because I know she was in a distraught moment here, right?
Yeah.
Because it almost seems like she was really taking it in with Mark. Really understood everything, and then boom, just like
Eleanor.
Anybody in this world would do. What happened to my baby, right? So of course her mind definitely went somewhere else, but I'm still hoping she is still kind of in that space a little bit.
Yeah, if I would say, if anything, she's like, okay, this is the woman who works with you at Lumen,
and she just left my baby here like this.
Well, no, not even that. Like, she pretended to be like this. You know, this nursing coach and everything to get close to Mark's family. Like, you have a job with Lumen, and like, look, Mark he made this decision. He's the one who chose, you know, I'm going to do the Severance thing because he thought he had lost his wife.
Which was probably a setup by Lumen to give him the motivation
Of
to do it.
course it was a setup. Look, I'm sure they've done, they pick people, they do studies on people. Like, look, it's an interesting thing. And look, this might be rabbit hole, but look at how much of our personal data, except for Mason Quinn's, is out there on the internet. And from our online activity, our shopping habits, the videos that we like, the videos that we share, there's online profiles about us all out there. Very, very detailed profiles about who we are as individuals, everything that you do, even links you click on to read the news, whether you believe it or not, everything is out there.
I was going to say, unless you have, who's a VPN sponsor we have this month? Any of them? Then never mind then.
Look, in any regard, look, maybe they did studies and said this person, based on these characteristics that we've studied, would be a likely candidate.
Beneficiary.
And I mean, they take individual people, right? Well, Irv looks like he lived alone, right? Didn't have anybody. It was just him and his dog. Oh, who's gonna whatever, you know? And then I don't know, maybe they're taking a sample of the audience. Dylan's got 3 kids. Or in a sample of the audience, rather a sample of the population.
Yeah, that revealed too. Well, you have 2 others.
I can give you the names.
I can give you the names. Just let me in. And then Harmony, her character, just it's wild. I felt like for 1 minute there, because remember in the last episode she was hugging Mark saying, "Do it, quit, do it, quit," and now she's hell bent on trying to get back here.
Well, she saw this as her opportunity. She saw this as her opportunity. This was self-serving. Oh, I'm going to be the person who saves the company,
and then I can get back.
Because I bet the company,
Just like the guy that found the kid. I found him. I did it all by myself.
Here's the thing: did the company know that she was doing that? Did the company know that she was?
Well, we got to assume though that Lumen is very dialed in on her, especially because I can't imagine that they would leave a loose end on her and just be like, "Oh yeah, she gets a pass," but we're gonna watch everyone else. So I can't imagine that. But regardless of that, absolutely loved the teasing of everything that happened in this episode. Sometimes I would feel like, oh nope, didn't like that. but this one, it absolutely worked for me. And that's probably obviously because of my investment in here. I can't wait to see what's, luckily, but we're going to be obviously catching up to the rest of you here soon when we finish season 2. But luckily, we don't have to wait too much, a couple days, week, whatever it is, to get into season 2. And we can pick right up, but then we'll be right there with you guys pretty soon here. All season long, the cast, crew, phenomenal job. I know we're probably forgetting some stuff here, but this was done so well. I'm curious, too, if in season 2 we get a little bit more, because now that we got more on everybody here, except for Natalie, who I hope we get more on in season 2, Milchek. We're still only getting Milchek in the building. Like, are we going to get anything from outside the building?
Yeah.
I feel like he's the only one so far now, after this episode, where we haven't seen anything on the outside.
His life.
Once.
Yeah.
Because he was in Dylan's closet.
Well, I meant like his outie. But well, wait a minute. He is.
No, he's just like
he doesn't have
Harmony.
the chip. He's just
himself.
like Harmony.
I can tell you one thing.
So let me rephrase that. Now we're talking sell out. I want to know a little bit more about his personal life.
Yes.
Just a little bit. I don't need to know it all, but just a little bit now, because this is
some
wild.
glimpses.
And what a reveal. I didn't think it was too shocking on Irv. For Mark, glad he got that journey of basically spilling everything, because I was curious if they were even going to get a spill, because I really felt like it was only going to be a minute or 2 minutes of Dylan holding that, and then no one was going to know anything.
Because that's what's been done so many times before on so many different shows. It always happens that way. I'm glad they went a different route.
I'm glad they did too. And then I feel
More
like
payoff that way.
I feel like Helly had the biggest reveal of everything.
Oh,
so
yeah.
again, tip of the hat. Bravo to everyone involved. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
All right. Well, since you gave your score, I'll give mine. How could you not? It is a 5. This has been a great build to a great episode. By that I meant the whole season has been a great build up to this, and we got a huge payoff and kept you wanting more. And we still have questions, and so I can't wait for season 2 to see right where that picks up.
Yeah, for me, again, a series that I for sure would have bailed on early on. Just get that out of the way.
If it wasn't for the channel.
If it wasn't for the channel, absolutely. And I think that I did feel the pacing was a bit slow, and that the episodes, let's say 1 through 7, didn't really give enough as far as to keep myself and maybe some of you out there invested. And I think this is one of those shows where like maybe somebody you knew watched it and was like, man, you got to watch this. It's going to blow your mind. I know if you're not feeling it, but just go ahead and give it a shot. It's only 9 episodes, and I think maybe that might have helped some folks get through it. So for me, I'm going to go 3.9 out of 5. I thought it was very well done, but definitely saved by the last episode. And if we go to the tape, I did call it in episode 1 that the people were the product and the procedure was what they were selling, and none of the work they were doing mattered. It was all nonsense. So the Quinn stinks. We're right.
Well, we still don't know what the work they're doing.
No, the work is pointless. They're trying to sell Lumen to the world to get everybody plugged in. That's what Kier wants, is everybody plugged into Lumen so that they can have some level of control over them, and that the
people
the companies
are the
can control
example,
their
but
workers.
the product is
what we did to Mark and Dylan and Irv and Helly.
But we still don't know the point, though.
Yeah.
Well, somewhat.
We still have questions.
Money and
Let's just put
power.
it that
It's
way.
the usual.
This one I feel like I need. Give me the full food.
I think this is a small. Remember, hundreds, 200,000-300,000 people, and we've got the insight of 4 people, and then of course a couple other departments. So, which we don't know what's going on. It looks like mindless work. Reorganize. Your job is to put paintings up in the hall. Your job is to make watering cans. Your job is to feed the goats. But there's obviously. There could be a lot more going on.
Well, don't forget Irv's driving, and Devin was asking Mark, hey, do you know what hand in the pie is? And he's like, yeah.
Just like if you do understand metaphors.
The majority is there. There's still some aspects.
I'm still going to hang on to my old theory, just by a thread, not too strong. This could be a a military thing. Imagine having soldiers who didn't think about their family, who didn't think about anything other than
Maybe that's why Irving did it. His dad was in the Navy.
doing the job as a soldier.
Even better would be a company.
Soldiers go into battle. They don't worry about anything because they don't have families. They don't have lives outside.
No,
They don't know.
There won't be any more wars when you have one company controlling everything. You won't need soldiers anymore. One
Unless they turn into Hunger Games.
Unless they have a revolution with our friend Marcus.
5 for me. Look, here's the thing. Look, if you have if we're playing a game of football and you have a little bit of rough patch in the first quarter, but deliver the second, third, and fourth quarter, you can still be the MVP. This
There
is
you go.
5 for me.
Look at that. This was so much fun. This was so good. Such a great episode. Hopefully y'all enjoyed as much as we did. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn.
Keep
I'm, of
bringing
course,
it,
the
Severance
answer.
team.
We cannot wait for season 2, and we'll catch you on that, pals.